This week seriously started to feel like spring, which I'm not complaining because I'm so tired of the cold weather. So stay tuned to find out what fragrances I decided to wear. Hey, what's going on? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel where I upload weekly fragrance content. So of course you already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button down below and also be sure to follow me over on my Instagram page. But yet again, glad to see you guys here if you are returning to the series. Hope you all had a fantastic week and was obviously smelling amazing because I know I was, of course. And if you are new, what we pretty much do in this series is we go over what fragrance I wear on each day, how many sprays, the kind of weather, and if that fragrance got any compliments or not. So let's get right into Sunday. Sunday was in the low 50s and sunny outside, and I pulled out a new fragrance, and it's actually a new release. It is a Zaro Wanted Eau de Parfum, which is, of course, a flanker of the original Wanted, which they never did before. It's always been like different flankers, like the Most Wanted, Wanted Tonic, etc. This is supposed to be an EDP version of the OG, which, by the way, this smells nothing like the original Wanted, which is kind of a bummer because I actually really enjoy the scent profile of the OG Wanted. I do have a bottle right down there. This is very aromatic and doesn't have that orange citrusy kind of opening like the OG has, but still it's a decent release. Still not my favorite. I think I prefer the Most Wanted in the all black bottle if I had to choose. On that day I went to church. I did around 6 sprays of this one to get a full wearing experience from it. The performance was decent. It might be a little bit better than the original, which is a plus, of course, being an EDP. You kind of expect that. Got no compliments on that day, but that's what I chose to wear for Sunday is Wanted EDP. Let me know if you guys actually tried this one yet. Monday was in the low 40s and sunny outside, and I put out another new fragrance in the collection, which is actually a clone of a Louis Vuitton. This is Sensual Obsessions. This one is Beach Bum Exact. Now, like a name like Beach Bum, what do you expect this to be? It is cloning Afternoon Swim, which is my favorite within the California collection from Louis Vuitton. And this is actually the first clone I've ever tried of Afternoon Swim, and I am thoroughly impressed with it. It absolutely nails that kind of signature citrusy blast that Afternoon Swim has with Beach Bum Exact. Kevin over there did a great job. I don't know what's going on with these exact versions, but they are very, very good from the ones I've tried. Now, on that day, I did do 10 sprays of Beach Bum. I did get one compliment from a coworker. She basically told me that it smells very good and a little bit feminine, which kind of took me by surprise, even though I do know, obviously, a lot of women in the fragrance community like Afternoon Swim and wear it for themselves, which of course can because this is unisex. And even my coworker said that she would wear it as well. But I do think Afternoon Swim, when it comes to the California collection, is probably the most masculine. Obviously, like City of Stars, California Dream are very feminine leaning. Even Pacific Chill is feminine leaning. On the Beach is about neutral, and so is Afternoon Swim. But that did take me by surprise because I wouldn't really say it smells feminine exactly, but that's what she said. Even though I love Afternoon Swim, of course, and we'll be probably reaching for this one a lot whenever I want that Afternoon Swim vibe, and I don't really want to reach for my $300-some bottle so I don't run through it. And to be honest with you, the performance is even better than Louis Vuitton, which has performance issues. So that's very, very good. But that's what I chose for Monday is Beach Bum Exact by Sensual Obsessions. Tuesday was in the high 40s and sunny yet again. And I chose to wear this fragrance because some of you guys commented on my last weekly fragrance rotation to pull this one out. And I was like, why not? I haven't reached for this in probably a year or so and I missed it. And it is Nas Amato's Black Afghano, this absolute dark beast of a fragrance. And if you aren't familiar with this iconic fragrance from Nas Amato, it's very mysterious, very dark, earthy, extremely resinous, like a very thick resin. It's also herbal, it has some oud in there. And the herbal qualities are actually coming from a note of cannabis, which you do get. Even though it doesn't smell like somebody's smoking, it just smells like very herbal and green. Honestly, it's a pretty hard fragrance to describe because there's a lot going on in here. Now, on that day, I did not go 10 sprays with this because this is heavy, it's thick, it's not crowd pleasing, and it's extremely strong. So I went with 6 sprays, which is even way more than enough with a fragrance like this, and they only come in a 30 ml bottle for the full size, so kind of tells you right there that you don't need to spray this one a lot because it's potent and an extrait de parfum. And I did get a compliment from a coworker. She said, wow, that smells very good, a little bit different. And I asked her if it's strong. She said, kind of smells soft, but it's strong, where I can still detect it and things like that. And I told her what it was, of course. And then I also asked her how she feels about guys like overspraying cologne and being like that cologne guy. And it's funny, that comment she made about that is, she told me that she never smells any other guys besides me. You already know I'm that guy when it comes to fragrance. But no, that kind of just shows you that a lot of guys don't wear fragrance at all, or a lot of guys are not spraying enough where people cannot smell it on them. That's why I always tell you guys to spray more. Like 1, 2, or 3 sprays ain't gonna do it. Even 5 sprays, depending on the fragrance, isn't gonna do it either. So don't be cautious when spraying your fragrance, but still obviously determine what you're wearing and who you're gonna be around. Like for me, obviously my usual spray routine is around 10 sprays, and I didn't go 10 sprays with this because I know it's strong and could be off-putting, so I went with 6 sprays. Just use your own judgment, but guys, just spray a little bit more than what you're doing now. Anyways, that's what I reached for. Tuesday is Black Afghano by Nasamado. Wednesday happened to be in the low 50s and cloudy outside, so the sun's starting to go away a little bit. And I reached for this one because this is a fantastic fragrance despite all the hate, and it is Fragrance One's Office for Men. Obviously, the brand is owned by Jeremy Fragrance, and that's probably why it gets all the hate that it gets, but Alberto Marias did a fantastic job with this. Very linear fragrance. It's an embroxant balm with some like bergamot and grapefruit, things like that. But obviously we know when it comes to simple linear fragrance, that is not always a bad thing. When I think of simple fragrances that smell fantastic, the first one that comes to my mind is Bulgari Tiger. Very simplistic, but a great freshie. Same goes with Office for Men. And this will, of course, get you compliments almost every time you wear it because people love it, especially women. They love this fragrance and it performs very good. Now, on that day, I did get 2 compliments with Office for Men. The first coworker kind of told me that whatever I'm wearing today smells amazing. I kind of gave an arrogant response because I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Because this stuff isn't that good when it comes to like just the scent profile. And another coworker is like, hey, I can smell you from all the way over here and it smells incredible. And I mean, she was like a good couple feet away from me where she kind of had to like pronounce that she smells me. And that's what I love about Office for Men is the performance, the longevity, the projection is out of this world, especially for a freshie. And obviously it's because it's an embroxant balm, which is a synthetic molecule that makes fragrances perform a lot better. And you can obviously tell when it comes to this. So that's what I chose for Wednesday is Office for Men by Fragrance One. Thursday was in the mid 50s and also cloudy outside, and I pulled out one of my favorite designer releases of 2023, and it is Tumi's 19 Degree. This stuff is absolutely incredible. How I would basically describe it is you get this very fruity like black raspberry note, leather, a little bit of suede, some spicy saffron, which just makes for an incredible designer fragrance, man. I love this one and is my favorite from the house of Tumi thus far. And on that day, of course, I went with my usual 10 sprays of this one. This is actually an extrait de parfum that performs like an extrait, so you don't need necessarily 10 sprays, but if you want to get a good, like full wearing all day long, perfect right here with the 10 sprays, guys. I technically got 2 compliments on that day. The first came from a coworker. She said, whatever you got on today smells really good. The second coworker told me that my fragrance smells good, but it doesn't necessarily stand out. And then she continued on saying that I've been slacking on my fragrances lately, which is probably because like the day before, of course, Office for Men is sort of a generic freshie. This one, it's not necessarily like a extremely unique niche fragrance or nothing like that that I wear a lot of times, like of course Black Afghano, but still incredible. Got 2 compliments. I just thought that was funny that she said that this one does not stand out, which I guess depends on who you're around, because if you're around the majority of dudes, trust me, when you're wearing this, you're gonna stand out without a doubt. So that's what I wore for Thursday is 19 Degree by Tumi. Friday was in the low 60s and sunny outside. The sun finally came back out again for Friday, and I pulled out a fragrance from the house of Maras, which a lot of you guys have been asking about recently, and this is probably my favorite. This is Sahara Blue. Now, take a moment to appreciate that beautiful hand-painted bottle with the gold flakes, guys. Absolutely gorgeous bottle right here. And the fragrance is also a work of art itself. Now, it does kind of get compared to like aventus and even nishane hacivat, especially in the dry down with the oak moss, the patchouli, etc. This one opens up with a mouth-watering like green apple note. Doesn't have pineapple, but still shares a similar DNA. And I gotta say, the quality of this stuff is out of this world, on par, maybe if not even better than Aventus. But it is a very pricey fragrance, especially for the only size of 50 ml. even though I think these do pop up on discounters for a very reasonable price. So if you're looking for this one, check out the discounters and you might be able to snag it for a good discount. On that day, I did do 6 sprays of Sahara Blue. The performance is very, very good, especially once it gets into the base with the oak moss and stuff. It just lingers and lingers basically all day long, where you don't have to reapply it or anything like that. Got no compliments because I didn't really do much besides like run some errands, go shopping and things like that, but still fantastic. And it will get you compliments if you're around the right people, because of course we know that aventus DNA pulls attention, and this one does as well. But that's what I wore for Friday, is Sahara Blue by Marras Parfums. So wrapping the week off on Saturday, which was in the high 50s and also sunny outside, I went with one of my new favorite vanillas in my collection, and I finally got a full bottle of it, and it is Les Oaks Primodalis, and this is Vanille Super Massive. Now, you might have seen this pop up maybe 2 weeks ago in a weekly fragrance rotation, but at the time I only had a travel spray. Now I have a full bottle, so of course I had to pull it out again, and still just such an incredible vanilla. It might be a little bit similar to Nishane Ani, if you're familiar with that fragrance, which is known to be one of the best vanillas on the market. This one though has this very nice like resinous elemi note in the opening, which dries down very spicy with that authentic smelling vanilla note. And man, I love this one so much. Now on that day, I did do 6 sprays of Vanille Super Massive. The performance is incredible. Of course, being in a straight to parfum like this one is, you don't need to spray a lot. And it's kind of interesting because I do own another one from this house called Ombre Super Fluoride, I believe right there, which is 100 ml, but they only make 50 mils of this one, probably because this is part of their like straight collection, I believe. Got no compliments on the day because I don't recall doing much on Saturday, but man, if you're a vanilla lover like myself, you absolutely have to try, either get a sample, a travel spray, or even blind buy this one, because for the vanilla people out there, it's blind buy worthy. So that's gonna do it for my weekly fragrance rotation. As always, leave a comment down below the fragrance you guys chose to wear throughout the week. And besides that, leave a like, subscribe below also if you haven't already, and you already know. I'll catch all of you back here in my next upload. Take care, everybody.